Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mumbles. Today, we're doing a game review. What game are we reviewing? Masquerade, Song and Shadows. So now this is an RPG game. It's from a newer studio, and basically in this game you play as, and I hope I'm saying this right, I'm going to caution you on it, I'm going to butcher it. Even though I've heard it a million times in the game, I'm going to butcher it. Sirio Garsho? Something like that. Anyways, you play as this young man, and basically you are an exile to this country. You used to live in this country and you got exiled. Now, one day you receive a letter, and you're told basically if you come back and do this job for us, which you have no idea what it is, that you will not only be made a citizen again, but you'll be paid a nice large lump sum of gold. So I mean, who wouldn't want to do that, guys? Come on. So basically, you embark on this journey, and come to find out, you're investigating a kidnapping. So that's basically the gist of what this game is about. I'm not going to give away anything else on it, but that is basically the gist. It's got a very nice story to it. Now the graphics in this game are cartoony, but it is a nice cartoony. It's very pleasing to, at least it was to my eyes, very pleasing to the eyes, and I just like the style of play that they did with this. Now the soundtrack, it has a nice soundtrack. The voice acting in this game is spot on. I have to give it up to the developers for that. This game has some of the best voice acting you will hear in any game. The actors that they used played the parts perfect. And that's hard to do. Now, the sound itself, the music is very good. I've read some reviews online that, it got boring for some people. It didn't get boring for me. I liked it a lot. And I liked it all the way through the game. It was just a nice soundtrack. So now the controls in this game, they're very simple to use. It's basically a callback to retro RPG. So if you played an RPG or a retro RPG, you're going to know how to play this game. It's very simple. It's real time, but you can pause it and pick where to attack and all that other stuff, control your friends, stuff like that. It's very simple to use and the controls work great. Let's talk about the gameplay now. Now in Masquerade, basically, as I said, it's a real-time RPG, which means you make decisions in real time. Now you can pause it and plan out your battlefield, so that is a nice little feature that I like because I always like to plan out what I'm doing in an RPG when I can. Obviously, if it's not a game that you can, then you just have to work with it. But in an RPG, I like to be able to plan my things out. So having the pause button there is a great asset. You can set up you can set up your friends, and you can do, special attacks on them. Now the special thing about this game is you have special powers called Masquerades. Basically, they come in the form of fire, water, earth, and wind. And they give you different special powers. So as you're fighting, you can use these special powers on the enemies. They can do things such as heal yourself, hurt the enemy, basic simple things. Now, the one detractor from the gameplay in this game, while the combat is great, at times it's kind of like, well, the combat's good, but I don't really feel the challenge. I don't, no matter what element I use, it doesn't really seem to matter. And that's a problem in this game. But overall, the combat's nice, everything's nice. This game is very, very linear. And by that I mean, go to point A, no real looking around. Go to point B, no real looking around. Fight the enemies, get it done, move on with the story. This game is very linear. It does one thing, but it does it very well. But it only does one thing, and that is play a story. And I don't want to bash on that too much because this is a smaller studio and they made a great game. But it does detract some from the value, and you'll see that at the end. But overall, the gameplay style of this game is very cool. It's kind of a callback to the old style RPGs, which I really like. And if you're an old style RPG fan, you're going to like this game. Now, as I said, there is some cons, and the first con obviously is it's linear. Point A to point B, you get the idea of what linear is. The other thing is the replayability. This game doesn't really have replayability. Once you play the story, there's no real reason to go back. There's no real collectibles. There's no real things that you need to go and find, upping your character, making your character stronger. There's no real point, so there's not a lot of replayability. So now really all that's left to ask is, what the heck is it going to get on our Mumbles review? Masquerade, Song and Shadows. You get a 6 out of 10. Very cool game. Just because it got a 6 out of 10 does not mean it's a good game. It just means that there's better games out there than it. But it's a solid game. If you're looking for an RPG right now, give this game a look. Check it out. It's a very cool game. I like the old style RPGs. I like the voice acting. There's so many things I like about this game. It's just one of those things where it just needed a little bit more. If it had been a bigger studio, they could have made it a little bit bigger. It's not their fault, but I have to give it a fair review. So 6 out of 10, great game. Please check it out. Please, please, please check it out because it's really cool. I may do a gameplay on it. We'll see. I'm not sure. Anyways, guys, this has been another episode of Mumbles. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. Please smack that subscribe button, smack the like button, smack all those buttons. I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.